We're going to Disney World in just 3 days, and I am packing our activity bags for our 6-hour flight for our 6 kids. Also my husband and I, because 6 hours is a long time. So come pack with me, see what is in our activity bags for ages 2 up to age 12, so you can kind of see what we are planning on for our kids to help pass the time. Now, we aren't doing anything crazy for our bags that we're bringing as carry-ons. If you saw my packing day travel video on the channel, you'll see we're bringing one roller carry-on with some kind of necessities for once we get there. We are just bringing one carry-on per person, and that is the activity bag. And we are just using the backpacks that the kids actually own. So as you can see, most of the kids, I'm going to use this one as a test pack. This is my daughter Cohen's backpack, and it is a Pottery Barn, the large size backpack. Most of my kids have this backpack, and it's what we'll be using, so it's great for a test pack. Because the kids still have a couple days of being in school, I don't want to unpack their backpacks right now and get them all packed. That's why I'm just kind of doing a test pack, make sure I have everything set in a row. This backpack is actually an older backpack. Both of my boys used this for school, but it is held up. It is just an older, again, this is probably about 8 years old, Hannah Anderson bag, but it's sturdy. I'm going to use this for the baby and my husband and I for some of our stuff, because again, she does not have a backpack because she is a baby. And then this is an away like everyday backpack, I think it's called. And this bag I love. I use this every day for like my work when I'm going to the coffee shop to get some work done. I'm going to use it. I am bringing my laptop only so that I can download photos and video clips that I take each night so that I don't have to worry about the cards. So I am just bringing that, and I'll have a few things in here. So these two will be activity bags, quote unquote, activity bags for my husband and I and our baby. And then the last bag type that we have is this Rad Rev bag, which Ezra, this is his backpack. So I'm going to, again, test pack it here. Again, they will have water bottles, so I'm keeping his water bottle in there as that test. So they've got that, and then we'll have lunch boxes. I think, like, again, it's a 6-hour flight, so lunch boxes, and then we will also have the diaper bag as a carry-on. I've already showed you how I'm packing the diaper bag over in the how I'm packing my diaper bag for Disney World video, and it's going to be basically like that for the flight. And we are carrying it on. Again, the baby has a seat, so she will have a carry-on, so we will have enough like spaces for all of these. But let's get to packing each of these bags. As I was packing, I simply put Post-it notes on the headboard of my bed so that I could keep track of whose stuff it goes where, like whose stuff is what. And that way I could lay it out, see what I had for each kid before like kind of packing it, seeing where holes were and whatnot. First up, I'm gonna go youngest to oldest because that is the order that I have them laid out on my bed. So first up is Cohen. She will be 2 in November. So at this time, she's what, 22 months? I have a thing of just jumbo crayons for coloring. I picked these up when my kids were back to school shopping, and I thought that that would be a good option for her. And I have some things to color with it. I'll show you that in a minute. Then I'm also packing just a couple of the books that we had in our house. These are ones that are favorites that I know that she'll love looking through. These will also be really great for bedtime reading books as well. So kind of a 2-in-1 packing. Off Amazon, I got these My First Sticker books. These are reusable stickers. This is the animal one. And so this folds out, they can kind of stick and re-stick and put them on the seams. They can match them to the animal. This was like a 3-pack with others. You'll see with the other kids have some. So my hope is that this will kind of keep her occupied playing with this, but it's also pretty compact, super flat, lightweight, easy to pack in her bag. This is like a really amazing little thing, and I think that this will be a big hit in that it's so thin and compact. It seems, my husband thought it looked like cheap, and it really was cheap. Like, I think for a 2-pack, it was like 10 bucks. But they have this little thing so the pen doesn't come unattached and you can just write on it. And it just makes like little designs, so super easy, but you just push this button and it goes away very easy. You can also lock lock it so that if they're drawing and they don't want to erase it, you can do it so it doesn't by just flipping this little switch. So that will be kind of good for her. For Palmer will love it. I've gotten this coloring book for 3 of the kids, but this is pretty thick and I didn't want to like pack this around. So I just tore out some sheets from it and then I put them in a folder. I put her name on it and I put a couple stickers in here. She can put them on the folder, I don't care. And then I just put a couple, there's 2-sided, so a bunch of sheets that she can color on. I may rip out a few more once I'm kind of like packed and see space-wise. But it just kind of keeps things thin and not like a huge, like I said, this was a really big coloring book. They don't need that much. And then the final thing that I have is actually for the 3 younger kids is just paper. So if she just wants to color, she really likes to just color on some blank paper. Here's that. So I've got this notebook paper so I can rip out a sheet, give it to her or to the other 2 kids. The last couple things I have for Palmer, one is one of these there. It's a Hoyo mat. So these are really nice because the corners button, so it's flat. You can wipe it down and the corners button and it becomes, it's actually the size of the tray on an airplane. The woman who designed it is genius. So we use them at home for things like Play-Doh or kind of just keeping a mess contained. And so as you can see, it's like this when it's up so it can sit on the tray. And so I might get a little thing of Play-Doh. I had gotten some cheap stuff. The kids were playing with a couple examples of it and it was just like everywhere and not like regular Play-Doh. So I might get some regular Play-Doh, but they've got this. And the reason is, one, coloring things so they're not rolling off the trays. But then I put in this little pouch on one side. There's a couple princess crayons we got at the dollar store that my older daughter had to have, and it came in a 3-pack. So there's that. And then I put a couple just like little trinket toys. So a few Duplos and a couple like Duplo figures that I know that Palmer will love to play with. She can like stack and unstack these in the pizza. She likes to like feed me pizza. She will like build these and play with these for quite a while, even though it's pretty simple in what I've packed. She's little. This will keep her entertained for a while. And I also put some of the magnetile like things. So again, just a few that she can play with, build, rebuild, kind of mess with to keep her busy. And again, that's just in this little pouch with this. The last 2 things that will go into Palmer's activity bag, my husband and I will have a lunchbox with her food and ours because everyone will have lunchbox. 6-hour flight. We are vegan or plant-based, so meaning it's a lot harder to find food on a plane, especially for picky eaters. So just having some packed lunches and snacks to keep everybody happy. So I'm gonna pack hers in with ours. But then I will have a sippy cup and a water bottle for her. One is because like if we grab Starbucks or they bring around juice or whatnot or milk or water, I can put it in this and not worry about her spilling, but also not getting the actual water bottle messy with juice or having to clean that out. So we'll have one of these for Palmer, and then also, like I said, we'll have a regular water bottle. And then the last thing is this snack cup that folds up like this, but pops right out. I showed this in the stroller video, and again, because this is great for anything, if we get a bag of chips or anything, we could put it in here and then it's not spilling everywhere. It's a way to kind of divvy out stuff to the littles, but that it folds down pretty flat, which is very nice. So those are all the things for Palmer. Up next is Cohen. Cohen is 3, almost 4 years old, and will be interesting to be entertained. She will have her Kindle, but she also isn't one to like just sit and watch for a long period of time, which is probably a good thing, except for when you want her to sit on a plane and just watch a show. I got a new game that she hasn't played. She loves Spot It, but this is a new Disney version. I thought it would be super fun, kind of on brand of the trip. So we got this new game for her. I also found this Gabby's Dollhouse. She likes Gabby as well. It's just a 24-piece puzzle that she can do. It's in this little tin. It was from the dollar store, so super easy. And then another favorite game of hers is this Alphabet Go Fish, and so I can play Go Fish with her. Ezra will be in the same row, so I can play with both of them on either of these games, so kind of an easy way to keep them entertained. I also found these silicone coloring books from his kids company, And these you can just like use washable markers on, and then they wipe right off, so that it's like coloring, but they could reuse over and over, which is really nice. So they could do some coloring and then just have some other options. So I got these for her and Ezra, but Palmer could definitely use this too. I could give her some of that so we can swap out some things to kind of refresh some activities. I also got her a Bluey reusable sticker ones because she insisted that she needed Bluey, not animals. They're supposed to be reusable. Hopefully this keeps them entertained. It's the same idea as the animals that Palmer got. Same little pad for coloring. And also for her, I did the same. She has a few more stickers in here that she can use. She's more able to use those stickers than Palmer is, so I figured she could use those. And then I also had this Usborne 1,000 Animals to Spot book. Is kind of like, it's a seek and find book that we can do together. She can look for, we can work on counting and looking, and it's not too big and heavy. The last couple things for Cohen, this little pencil pouch. She picked this out to be just like her big siblings when they got their pencil pouch for school. So I put a pack of colored pencils and then those princess crayons that she really wanted from the dollar store. And in the back, she wanted to pack a couple, just like a couple little cars to play like Ezra does. So that will keep her busy. And then we have the same kind of Hoyo mat that, again, it folds really small. I can just pack it right into their bag, but then pop it out, button the corners, and have that kind of secure, not chasing things off the tray. The next kid is Ezra, and he is 5.5 in kindergarten, so he will stay entertained on his Kindle a little bit longer, so he will have his Kindle. We also have another one of those little puzzle tins. This one is Spider-Man. Again, it was $1 at the dollar store. His pencil box, and in here are just some colored pencils. I've got those washable markers for this little silicone coloring book, along with a pencil sharpener, which I told him he has to share with his sister, but it just fit better in his pencil box. So we got that. We also have the same one of these little coloring pads, but this one is blue. They came in a 2-pack, so that worked really great. And then a couple of those reusable sticker sheets. This was dinos and vehicles. Again, this came in a 3-pack with the animals. So it was like a really great way to have a couple options. And we can always swap these among the kids. They can trade, but I'm starting him with these 2 things. He also has his own little folder with some stickers and some coloring sheets as well. And another one of the 1,001 things to spot. And this one is Vacation. As you can see, my children have colored on it already, but again, things to look for to kind of keep him entertained. I will probably pack him a little light, easy reader so we can practice some reading since we are pulling them out of school for a week. And then he's got a little pen, like this little case, and there are just some cards that he picked out that he, a couple favorites that he wanted to bring on this trip. And that is, yeah, nothing on the other side. And then he has also that same Hoyo mat. So we have 3 of these, so we can kind of try and keep those cars on the mats. Now, my oldest 3 kids are a little bit different because they are older. They're going to be sitting together in a row to themselves, so kind of behind or in front of my husband and I. I'm not quite sure, but they're really close to us, but the 3 of them together. And in some of it, a lot of the things that they do will coordinate, or they could trade and pass around or do together. So one is I packed them a pack of gum. They have to share. My son thought it was just for him, but there you go. I also got them a couple new games too that they can play and try that they haven't learned to play. This one is Something Wild. Again, it was fun. It was Disney themed. It had some fun reviews on Amazon, but instead of taking it in this big box, I put it in one of these little plastic cases. This is actually what we put all of our different card games with small pieces in, it's like a photo box, but it's narrow. It will keep it like the box won't get squished or ruined. So we've got this game for them. And then my son picked out this kind of activity book. It has some Sudoku, some word searches, some like cryptograms and mazes that are kind of for older kids. My husband might even do a few from this. So this was a good one that they can do. I gave them one of these. Again, they could play hangman together, tic-tac-toe or whatnot. Just do some little doodling that the three of them can share. They came again in a 4-pack. So the 3 littles each have one and then one for the bigs to share. And then I did a paint by sticker. We haven't tried this one. I've heard great things about it, where there's like all these little stickers and you know, it just keeps them entertained and makes a cool picture like this dog. My Hudson, my 8-year-old, really liked the idea of this, but so did her big siblings. So this will be a good one for them. And then another coloring book I got was like adorable pets, but they have some little bit more intricate details for not all of them. Some of them are simpler, but some of them have like a lot of different little designs in there, so they can color as well. Now they are currently packing their gel pens, so they'll have some little gel pens also to go in their bag. And then the final activity book is a Sudoku Kids. This one my 11-year-old picked, but her and her brother can also trade. I mean, all of them can kind of work on through these Sudoku books, which will be a fun and kind of brain challenging, but not too bad for them. And then this one was a 50-piece puzzle. Again, it's something simple, something he just fresh it, you know, change up the pace can do. This one was Disney. It was $1, so why not, right? And then the other game that I got was, here's the actual box. It's called Villains Card Game. I have no idea how good it is or anything, but I thought it would be fun for them to play. Again, Disney themed. I stuck it here in this case, so it's protected, not the box and everything. So that's what I have. And then they will have their Kindles and the charger and their lunches. And as far as me and my husband, I think I'm going to pack a book. I will have my laptop and an external hard drive, basically so I could download video footage and photos that I take, so I'm not worrying about losing those. And then a lunchbox, but not a ton for my husband and I. We will have our phones and the chargers. And that's our activity bags, or our carry-on bags for the plane for our family of 8. Keeping it pretty simple, something to kind of entertain. I think the littlest will have to see, but I'm going to have links for everything that I can in the description, just in case you see something and you wanted to give it a try. But let me know in the comments if there's something that you love as a must-have for traveling with toddlers or tweens or elementary age kids, or even just for yourself. I would love to hear any advice or tips, but also something that you can't wait to try. Anyway, thank you. Make sure you go check out the other videos on the channel, all leading up to packing for and enjoying our Walt Disney World videos for our trip this year. You'll also find some other tips like photo tips and things around the greater Seattle area that, if you're in the area, might be very beneficial for your family. Thank you for being here.